Hey guys, Keon here from the Rocket Hideout, coming at you with another top 10 Pokemon video. I'm making this video just in time for Halloween, so this video is going to be covering my top 10 Ghost-type Pokemon. Since we are in October, I'm going to try to be making spooky Halloween videos until Halloween, so enjoy, and let's just jump right into this video. Number 10. So for the number 10 spot is one of my favorites, low-key, and it's Mischievous, and it's Magnus for number 10. I really love this Pokemon since it uses its red orbs around its neck to absorb fear. It's a nocturnal Pokemon that likes to reside in caves and nighttime. Mischievous likes to scare and torment people. What it tends to do is yank people's hair and bite people, but one thing it's known for doing is sneaking up on people and shrieking in order to get a response and absorb the fear it causes. This has to be one of my favorite Pokemon during Generation 2. Its dex entry states that it loves to watch people it's scared. It frightens them by screaming loudly and appearing suddenly. It's an awesome ghost type to have if you like pranks and scaring people. Mischievous also has an evolution called Magnus, which is also pretty freaking dope if you ask me. I love its whole spooky aesthetic and the fact that it's a devious ghost spirit bent on fucking around with people. It's not the strongest bond there is, but it's pretty cool, at least to me, that is. Number 9. Next Pokemon on this spooky list would have to be Trevenant. I love the fact that it's a possessed tree that a ghost took over. It's not only spooky, but gives this exorcist kind of vibes that I fuck with heavy. It's interesting, no doubt. Trevenant can control other trees by using its roots as a nervous system, and not only curses people who cut down trees, but it also can trap people within its forest, if there's someone hurting trees around it. The Sun Moon Pokedex says that this Pokemon is said to devour anyone daring to ravage the forest. To the creatures dwelling in the forest, it offers great kindness. It hates fire-type Pokemon, and most lumberjacks who go out to collect wood bring them along to repel Phantoms and Trevenants. This has to be one of my favorite spooky ghost-type Pokemon, including the shiny. It's not only scary and could eat you, but it has this cool forest-like aesthetic that brings a lot to the table in terms of cool ghost types in this video. Overall, I love this Pokemon, and that's why it comes on number 9 on this list. Number 8. Number 8, I think everyone should automatically assume I'm putting on the list, and it's Mimikyu. First time I ever saw Mimikyu was during my Sun and Moon playthrough about a year ago. It's iconic, I think, in my opinion, because of the torn-up Pikachu getup that it has in order to mimic it. Mimikyu is not only the shortest ghost-type Pokemon around, but it's covered in old rags, barely being seen by anyone, and uses a dark hand-like appendages to attack and move. Its disguise is, like I said, a Pikachu disguise because it wants to be more like Pikachu. The eyes are colored on and carries a wooden thunderbolt-like tail to resemble Pikachu even more. When its disguise is damaged, the costume's head droops backwards, showing Mimikyu's real body. It's said that its actual appearance is unknown. A scholar who saw what was under the rags was overwhelmed by terror and died from the shock, and it's sad that its true identity might be exposed, so Mimikyu will mercilessly seek revenge on any opponent that breaks its neck, making Mimikyu a deadly ghost-type Pokemon that shouldn't be fucked with. This is one of my favorite ghost types ever to be created, and that's why it comes into the spooky list as number 8 for me. Number 7. Next up on the number 7 spot, we have Handelor. Handelor is a sentient chandelier. It has a pretty cool aesthetic and cool colored design. It said that Chandelor's fire did not burn its victims physically, instead burning their spirit. After hypnotizing its opponent by waving these flames, it absorbs the victim's spirit. I think that's insane. I couldn't imagine going up against this ghost type if I had a chance to encounter it. It's insane and deadly. It's also said that the spirit burned up in its ominous flames lose their way and wander this world forever. So if it burns you up, you're done. Like, game over. GG, well played. I love this Pokemon because it also has a fire typing on top of its ghost typing. Me and my brother play with one and uses it against each other. It's underrated mon and has some competitive value too in the VGC. I think it well deserves a spot in this list and glad to have it as the number 7 spot for this ghost type list. Number 6. Next up on this scary spooky list is Rotom. I love and adore this little ghost type Pokemon. Its body is made out of plasma and it's shaped like a lightning bolt. It's aesthetically pleasing to look at. I love Rotom because of the anime, it pulls pranks on people, and is one of those jolly-go-lucky Pokemon that puts a smile on your face, just like Rotom. Rotom has a nice ability outside of battling and can change its appearance and typing just by controlling appliances. I'd say that Rotom is definitely a poltergeist, which is a type of ghost that fucks around with objects and moves them around just like Rotom. Rotom has 5 different forms, each with a different type of appliance. The deck says that its body is composed of plasma. It is also known to infiltrate electronic devices and wreak havoc. Along with research continues on this Pokemon, which could be the power source of a unique motor. Overall, Rotom heavily deserves a spot on this list, and Rotom appliances also hold a spot in competitive battles like VGC and singles. It's iconic within the community and deserves a spot on the spooky list of ghost types. Number 5. Number 5 is one of my brother's favorite Pokemon, and mine as well, and it's Shedinja, coming in hot for the number 5 spot. I like Shedinja because it's the exoskeleton of Nincada, which is a really dope concept. Not only that, but it also shares the ghost typing and a strong ass ability in Wonder Guard, and the trade-off for this ability is that it has 1 HP, because it's just an exoskeleton. On top of that, its design is fresh and sports a cool halo over its head. Its dex entry states that looking into the empty space will steal one's spirit. Its shell is very hard, which gives a very strong defense, but renders it incapable of movement. It does not breathe and floats without moving its wings. As well as Shedinja's particular Pokemon, it seems to appear unsought in a Pokeball after Nincada evolves. This bizarre Pokemon is entirely immobile and doesn't even breathe. The dex also says that a discarded bug shell that came back to life. Peering into the crack on its back is said to steal one's spirit. This Pokemon is unique and brutally strong if utilized wisely. It's such a cool Pokemon, one of my favorites, because of my brother's love for it, so it has a special place in my team and box, and that's why it's number 5 for this list. Number 4. Next up, one of the most goated ghost types ever, and it's Aegislash. Aegislash is so fucking awesome, and I have an entire box of them that I like using with different sets for battling and playing in the overworld with. I love its design. It's a golden sword with 2 black arms that have feather-like ribbons, 4 hands, and a shield that chills in its center until it goes into blade form when it goes into its stance mode. It's said that Aegislash possesses incredible spectral powers, enabling it to manipulate people and Pokemon alike. The Pokedex entry states that generations of kings were attended by these Pokemon, which used their spectral powers to manipulate and control people and Pokemon. Apparently, it can detect the innate qualities of leadership. According to legend, whoever it recognizes is destined to become king. On top of that, once upon a time, a king with an Aegislash reigned over the land. This Pokemon eventually drained him of life, and his kingdom fell with him. Aegislash is a strong Pokemon but will suck your life force along with it. The spooky ghost-type Pokemon is not for the weak of heart. It's reserved for trainers that can handle the pros and cons of this Pokemon without dying. It's def a fan favorite, I think, and one of my favorites as well. Me and my brother and my cousin use one each when we need a decent ghost-type Pokemon in our team. Because of the dex entry, its competitive nature, and its overall aesthetic, it plows through the competition and lands on the number 4 spot on this list. Number 3. For number 3, I'm going to bring you one of the Alola starters, and it's Decidueye. This grass and ghost type is insane, just like Pumpkaboo. I really love the initial design of Decidueye because it resembles an owl and an archer at the same time. Along with having an exclusive move in Spirit Shackle, the dex entry for Decidueye suggests that it knocks its arrow quills and shoots them at opponents. When it simply can't afford to miss, it tugs the vine on its head to improve its focus. The dex also states that it fires arrow quills from its wings with such precision they can pierce a pebble at distances over 100 yards. This is one lean, mean shooting machine. Decidueye, I believe, deserves to be on this list 100%. And it's not only cool, but one of my favorite starters in the franchise right after Incineroar and Charizard. It's one spooky owl, and I don't want to mess with it. Number 2. Number 2, I think not a lot of people expect in a ghost type list, but it's one of my favorites. Jellicent is coming in hot in the number 2 spot for this ghost type list. I really enjoy and love Jellicent because it's not only water and ghost type, but the male and female share different colors and represent king and queens, which is a fucking sick concept. This Pokemon can be kinda spooky if you're swimming around in the ocean. The Pokedex entry says that these Pokemon have body compositions that are mostly identical to seawater. They make their layers from sunken ships, as well as the crown on its head gets bigger and bigger as it absorbs more and more of the life force of other creatures. And on top of that its body is mostly seawater. It's said there's a castle of ships Jellicent have sunk on the sea floor. So this is a pretty dangerous Pokemon to be around, because all it wants is your life energy. The moment you turn your back or are on a cruise ship, see one, you're done, I believe. It's definitely a spooky Pokemon to encounter in IRL, and that's why it's on this list. Number 1. Finally, we reached the last Pokemon on this list. The number 1 ghost type out of every ghost type I've seen would have to be Palestine. Palestine is the coolest and sickest ghost type I have ever seen in my entire life. The shiny is sick, the normal base color is sick, everything about this Pokemon is amazing, and on top of that, it has some of the best Pokedex entries for a ghost type. The Pokedex says that people controlled by this Pokemon transformed its sand mound into a castle. As it evolved, its power to curse grew even stronger. Along with each of its grains of sand has its own will. Palestine eats small Pokemon and siphons away their vital essence while they're still alive. Palestine is known as the Beach Nightmare. It pulls its prey down into the sand by controlling the sand itself, and then it sucks out their souls. This Pokemon is not only spooky, but dangerous as well. I can't imagine getting my soul sucked out of my body while I build a sand castle. That's super insane. It's one of my favorite Pokemons to have, and I adore it. It's not only spooky, but strong too. That's why it comes in smoking hot in the #1 spot. And that's it. That's my top 10 Pokemon for the ghost typing. If you like this video, make sure to give a thumbs up and turn the bell icon for more videos that I post. And if you agree with this video or disagree or have any opinions, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know what video I should do next. This is Keon of the Rocket Hideout, signing out.